Hello, friend, and welcome to Daily Treasure, a devotional podcast by Sharon Betters, produced by Mark Inc. Ministries. Today's devotional is called The Plans I Have for You. And today's treasure, For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. Wife to 38-year-old Ray, a young mother of 2 girls, ages 7 and 10, Patsy thought she knew God's plans for her. Nothing could prepare her for the moment she learned her young husband had died of a sudden heart attack. Patsy found solace in her faith, family, and Ray's gardens. As you will recognize in her writing, she clung to the promise of Jeremiah 29:11, that though she did not know God's plans for her, He did, and she could trust they were ultimately prosperous and good. In Monday's devotional, Patsy offers us this life-giving encouragement. I don't like to see suffering or harm in any realm, much less when it comes to my beloved family and friends. I want to fix it, to make it all better. I expect all of God's children feel that way to some extent. As we traverse this world marred by sin, knowing things aren't the way God intended them to be, we long for things to be set right. The bad news is we can't fix it, but the very best news is that God can and will make it all better. Jesus defeated sin and death by taking our sins upon Himself, paying the debt we owed, and covering us with His righteousness. He is seated at the right hand of God, sovereign over all things, and constraining evil. Hebrews 1:1-3. One day, Jesus will return and restore harmony. When He does, nothing will kill or destroy on all His holy mountain. Isaiah 11:9. There will be no more pain, no broken hips or debilitating strokes, and no more tears of sorrow and frustration. Until then, may we strive to care for those God has entrusted to us, remembering He is God and we are not. Everything belongs to Him, even those we most cherish, and we must trust Him for the outcomes. Patsy is a credible witness of God's faithfulness, first to her as a young widow and single mother to 2 young daughters, learning how to trust Him with her minute-by-minute needs, and then in more recent years as caregiver to both of her parents as she walked them right up to the edge of heaven. She is passing on her love for Ray's gardens and all things created by God to her grandchildren. Every spring, the new blossoms remind her that weeping might endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Her joy in Jesus shows up in her writing. Patsy is a regular and popular contributor to Daily Treasure. I'm grateful to share her writing with you once more. Father, thank You for those who are ahead of us in life's journey, who use their own life circumstances as a way of calling back with the message, You are sovereign, and we can trust You. May this week's devotionals encourage us to realize each of us has a story that is still being written, stories filled with Your faithfulness as You lead us deeper into the heart of Jesus.
I'm Sharon Betters, and I just realized that Daily Treasure has been touching lives for over 5 years. If you have been reading or listening in the past 5 years, I would love for you to tell us how God is using these devotionals to help turn your heart toward Jesus. Leave your comment at markinc.org, that's markinc.org, and we're going to enter you into a monthly drawing for a special gift. Friends, your note will encourage us to keep on keeping on.